Southwest Stage's recording services are now available for hire. With experience recording hundreds of nationally and internationally known artists, we're now available for your live recording projects. Our services include on-site stereo and multi-track recordings, live radio broadcasts, CD duplication and printing, and mobile studio rental. For more information and a rate quote, contact us at strader@southweststages.org or visit southweststages.org.
From the heart of the Southwest in Albuquerque, New Mexico, this is Southwest Stages. I'm your host, John Strader.
Well, I hadn't intended to bend the rules, but whiskey don't make liars, it just makes fools. Well, I didn't mean to say it, but I meant what I said. Too long in the wasteland, too long in the wasteland, must have gone to my head.
On this edition of Southwest Stages, we'll travel the Southwest to bring you music performed live by some real Texas music legends. The music of Texas has a unique style that is different from any other type of music. Whether it's country, blues, or bluegrass, music from Texas has a common thread and features the lifestyle, history, and stories that are uniquely Texan. Over the years, we've recorded many artists that are considered legends in Texas music, and tonight we'll feature a small sample of these incredible artists. On tonight's program, you'll hear music by Texas legends Asleep at the Wheel, the Flatlanders, Robert Earl Keen, and James McMurtry. Up first on the program, we'll head out to the Rio Grande Zoo in Albuquerque, New Mexico in the summer of 2001 for music by a Texas group who've won 9 Grammy Awards and are considered by many to be the kings of Texas swing. The band and its founder, Ray Benson, have defied mainstream country music over the years by sticking to their cause of keeping the art form of Western swing alive. So let's get ready to kick off our Texas Legends special with music by the kings of Texas swing, Asleep at the Wheel, captured live at the Rio Grande Zoo in Albuquerque, New Mexico, right here on this edition of Southwest Stages.
All right, I just wanted to do this song we did on there, the very best of Asleep at the Wheel. We're gonna boogie back to Texas! So long, can't wait to get back home. Home to the Lone Star State another day, I just can't wait. Look out, boys, I'm headed your way. Got a mind that Bonnie's in a 57 Chevrolet. Hold on tight, I got a license to fly. With the pedal to the metal, what we roll on by. But I boogie back to Texas. 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 Oh, but a boogie back to Texas ain't means to mine. Out of New York, Philadelphia, PA, Pittsburgh, Winnie, West Virginia, on the way rolling through Ohio, gonna make it to Kentucky, make it by the morning if I'm fast and lucky. Hold on tight, I am homeward bound. I'm gonna boogie back to Austin, back to my hometown. Boogie back to Texas. 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 We'll do it till you do it. Hey, beats to the mind. finally see the state line standing me. Oklahoma City's just a memory board, but now let's just roll on by. Waco, that's a 50 miles. Middle road, I'm heading away. I'm gonna boogie back to Texas, across the U.S. Bay. Boogie back to Texas.
Boogie back to Texas.
Boogie back to Texas.
Boogie back to Texas.
Gonna boogie back to Texas.
Boogie back to Texas.
Boogie back to Texas.
Boogie back to Texas.
We're gonna boogie back to Texas, 8 beats to the mile. We're gonna boogie back to Texas, 8 beats to the mile. Can't you see I'm on my way? Boogie! Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thanks so much. Well, you know, I tell you what, we played a lot of places in Albuquerque, believe me. And this is sure is the nicest one. I think the nicest honky-tonk we've been in so far. The only problem is they said we had to work for what the elephants worked for. Oh. Anyway, and never have I had such an appreciative audience of koi carp. I've had people carp, but never had. I'm just coming up with these like that. Don't worry, folks. They'll go away. Oh, welcome back, friends. Living on the road, my friend, is gonna keep you free and clean. Now you wear your skin like iron, your breath is hard as kerosene. You weren't your mama's only son, but her favorite one, it seemed. She began to cry when he said goodbye, sank into your dream. Pancho was a bandit boy, his horse was fast as polished steel. He wore his gun outside his pants for all the honest world to feel. Pancho met his match, you know, in the deserts down in Mexico. Nobody heard his dying word. The story goes. All the federales say you could have had him any day. You only let him slip away. The kindness, I suppose. Lefty, he can't sing the blues all night long like he used to. Blessed Pancho bit down south, ended up in Lefty's mouth. The day they laid poor Pancho low, Lefty split for Ohio, where he got the bread to go. Ain't nobody knows. All the federales say could have had him any day. We only let him slip away. Out of kindness, I suppose. Poets tell how Pancho fell. Lefty's living in a cheap hotel. The desert's quiet, Cleveland's cold. So the story ends, I'm told, I don't need your prayers, it's true. Save a few for Lefty too. He only did what he had to do. Now he's growing old. All the federales say you could have found him any day. You only let him slip away. And kindness, I suppose. Few great federales say you could have had that boy any day. You only let him go so long. Out of kindness, I suppose. You only let him slip away. Out of kindness, I suppose. Oh, thank you so much, everybody.
The music of the Kings of Texas Swing, Asleep at the Wheel, captured live at the Rio Grande Zoo in the summer of 2001 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm your host, John Strader, and you're listening to our Texas Legends special, right here on this edition of Southwest Stages. Next up, we'll head to the historic Lenzik Theater in Santa Fe, New Mexico in July of 2004 for music by Texas legends, the Flatlanders. In 1970, Butch Hancock, Joe Ely, and Jimmie Dale Gilmore all found themselves back in Lubbock after they'd each spent time traveling outside of Texas. They got together for the first time as the Flatlanders in 1971 and recorded their first record in 1972. That classic record was originally rejected by the country music establishment. But during the next 30 years, that record became the stuff of legend, and over those years they would only get together as the Flatlanders a few times. During that time, they each went on to have great solo careers, and over the years they became three of Texas' most respected singer-songwriters. Then in 1990, Rounder Records re-released the original Flatlanders album on CD, and they called it More a Legend Than a Band. Then in 2002, they finally released the sequel to their legendary debut, the highly anticipated and widely acclaimed CD, Now Again. So stay tuned for music by the Flatlanders, right here on our Texas Legends special on Southwest Stages.
Woo, take me on down to Dallas. About a 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, did you ever see Dallas from a DC 9 at night? Well, Dallas is a jewel. Dallas is a beautiful sight. And Dallas is a jungle, but Dallas gives a beautiful line. Did you ever see Dallas from a DC 9 at night? I know you had, Jimmy Dale.
Well, Dallas is a woman who will walk on you when you're down. But when you are up, she's the kind you wanna take her around. But Dallas ain't a woman to help you get your feet on the ground. And Dallas is a woman who will walk on you when you're down. Well, I came into Dallas with the bright lights on my mind. But I came into Dallas with $1 and a dime.
Dallas is a rich man with a death wish in his eye. A steel and concrete soul with a warm-hearted love disguise. A rich man who tends to believe in his own lies. Yeah, Dallas is a rich man with a death wish in his eyes. Well, I came into Dallas with the bright lights on my mind. But I came into Dallas with $1 and a dime.
Did you ever see Dallas from a DC 9 at night? Well, Dallas is a jewel. Oh yeah, Dallas is a beautiful sight. And Dallas is a jungle, but Dallas gives a beautiful light. Did you ever see Dallas from a DC 9 at night?
Yeah, did you ever see Dallas from a DC 9 at night?
Hi, I'm Butch Hancock with the Flatlanders, right here at the historic Lensick Theater, and you are listening to Southwest Stages.
Thank you.
When you're ready for steady to go dancing, romance, grab your sweetheart, jump in your car. Drive right on down to the bright side of town. You'll be happy you don't have to drive far. You'll be glad you don't have to go far. Park your pickups and your Cadillacs and your Fords and Renaults. Get out and dance like the Dickens to the West Texas waltz.
My pickup needs a tune-up. I better get up and make up my mind to get busy today. My sewer line is backing up and my tractor's been acting up, but I'll be dancing tonight anyway. I'll be dancing the whole night away. 'Cause I count my blessings and I don't count my faults, and I like to dance like the Dickens to the West Texas waltz.
Well, I got me a brown cow dog, and I told him, how now, dog, you're a borderline collie, I'm a borderline fool. But he had some bad habits, he was scared of jackrabbits, so I sent him off to canine school. I think they called it Texas Tech.
When he got back, he couldn't tell a cow from a horse, but he could dance like the Dickens to the West Texas waltz. Grandmammy, Grandpappy, if you plan to stay happy, you better lace up your best dancing shoes. Come see us, don't ride us. You can stop your arthritis just by dancing away your blues. Just go dancing away your blues. And bind up your bunions with band-aids and gauze. Get out and dance like the Dickens to the West Texas waltz.
My baby took me after dark to the old baseball park, and we sat in the center field stands. I asked her how many outs. She said, I ain't got my doubts, but you can count them on either one of your hands. She said, Butch, I got a better plan. You kiss me on the strikes, I'll kiss you on the balls, and we'll dance like the Dickens to the West Texas waltz. I met a fine fine lady banker, and I'd sure like to thank her, 'cause the credit she gave to me made me shout. That was pathetic. Come on. Come on, let her rip. 'Cause the credit she gave to me made me shout. Now that was good, but the sustain was pitiful. Get a deep breath of air. Come on, let it all hang out. 'Cause the credit she gave to me made me shout. She changed my whole attitude, and to show her a little gratitude, I decided I'd just ask her out. I said, baby, would you like to step out? I had to tell tellers to lock up their vaults. Let's dance like a Dickens to the West Texas waltz.
We spent my next to last dollar at the old ice cream parlor on a milkshake and a malt and a pop. Then we heard us some sound from a honky-tonk lounge right next to the ice cream shop, next door to the old ice cream shop. Now only two things are better than milkshakes and malts, and one's dancing like a Dickens to the West Texas waltz.
Well, what's that other one, Joe?
And the other is something, but really isn't nothing. To speak of, it's something to do. And if you've done it before, you'll be doing it some more, just as soon as the dancing is through. Right after the dancing is through. And if anybody asks you why, just tell them because you've been dancing like a Dickens to the West Texas waltz. Light-a-loo, plain view, light-a-loo, little Magadoo, light-a-loo, little feel the little, light-a-loo, happy too. Light-a-loo, love, I gotta lay, light-a-loo, 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 little, little, light-a-loo, turkey too. We want to bring a friend of ours out now. We've always called him the other Flatlander. He grew up in Lubbock too. Now he lives in Santa Fe. Welcome, Mr. Terry Allen. Well, I was all caught up with myself on a highway at night, driving like a bat out of hell. I beheld an amazing sight. It was a lonely apparition by the highway, standing there with a thumb out to the wilderness and a halo in his hair.
Well, I come screeching to a halt. I said, hop on in. Said, thanks a lot for the lift. I forgive you of your sins. Hell, I just come from Jerusalem where things are going bad. Oh, give me a ride to heaven, boy. I need to talk to my dad.
Give me a ride to heaven, boy. I'll show you paradise. Give me a ride to heaven, boy. My name is Jesus Christ. Well, I didn't know quite what to do, so I jammed her down in gear. Kind of kicked my feet beneath the seat. I was trying to hide the beer. And he just grinned and said, my friend, I know you might think it's odd, but you got nothing to fear about drinking the beer if you share it with the Son of God. Give me me a ride to heaven, boy, I'll show you paradise. Give me a ride to heaven, boy, my name is Jesus Christ.
Well, I saw good news in this baby blue, so I stomped it on the floor. Said, you have to show me how to get there, I ain't been before. It's a hard place to find, he said, but I'll give you a little clue. It ain't somewhere up in the air, it's sitting right here inside with you.
Give me a ride to heaven, boy, I'll show you paradise. Give me a ride to heaven, boy, my name is Jesus Christ. Then right in the middle of that perfect smile, from his robe he pulls a gun and kind of stuck it up beside my head and said, how's this for kingdom come?
Well, I pulled off scared, but heard him say as he left me beneath the stars, well, the Lord moves in mysterious ways, but tonight, my son, he gonna use your car.
Heaven, boy, I'll show you paradise. Give me a ride to heaven, boy, my name is Jesus Christ. Give me a ride to heaven, boy, I'll show you paradise. Give me a ride to heaven, boy, my name is Jesus Christ.
The music of the Flatlanders, captured live in July of 2004 at the historic Lenzik Theater in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I'm your host, John Strader, and you're listening to our Texas Legends special on this edition of Southwest Stages. Still to come on the second half of the program, we'll feature music from Texas legends James McMurtry and Robert Earl Keen. So stay tuned for much more Texas music on this special edition of Southwest Stages, coming up right after this short break.
I thought the wreck was over. I thought the fire was out. I thought the storm had passed and I was safe at last. I thought the wreck was over, but here she comes again, living with her like to kill me. Living without her might as well. At first I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. In fact, I had lived and gone to hell. I thought the wreck was over. I thought the fire was out.
Next time on Southwest Stages, we'll travel to the 2006 Telluride Jazz Celebration in Telluride, Colorado, for an evening of jazz with violinist Regina Carter. So tune in for an evening of smooth jazz with the Regina Carter Group on the next edition of Southwest Stages. Welcome back to the second half of our Texas Legends special right here on Southwest Stages. I'm your host, John Strader, and up next we'll head to Kit Carson Park in the heart of Taos, New Mexico to the 2002 Taos Solar Music Festival. In 2002, the Solar Festival featured a Texas legend who plays a unique style of country music branded Best Western Music. His powerful music and lyrics convey the images of small-town life throughout Texas and the Southwest. He released his first album in 1984 titled No Kinda Dancer, and in 1989 he gained national attention with the album West Textures. Over the years, Keane has released 13 albums, and he's become a cult figure in the alt-country scene and a legend in Texas. So get ready for the music of Robert Earl Keen on our Texas Legend special right here on this edition of Southwest Stages.
So anyway, this is called The Way the Wild Wind Blows. Kick it up! Down on Main Street after sundown, good time Charlie and Wandering Bill thought they might hold up his driving. One got away, one never will, and that's why it goes around here. I think everybody knows. I guess everybody knows. And that's a song I've been singing for years. But that's the way the wild wind blows. And too tall Annie kept her money in the Bible she never read, and they found Lefty, her first ex-husband, in his new pickup truck at the bottom of the riverbed. And that's why it goes around here. I think everybody knows. I guess everybody knows. That's a song I've been singing for years. And that's the way the wild wind blows. And it blows. And Luther Martin, he ain't got nobody, but he sells papers and bides his time. His great granddaddy on half of Main Street, Luther's daddy didn't have a dime. And that's why it goes around here. I think everybody knows. I guess everybody knows. And that's a song I've been singing for years. That's the way the wild wind blows. It ain't no secret. Old Knox Skinner wrote prescriptions, made lots of friends. 40 could dance like nobody's business, and folks around here are still missing him. And that's why it goes around here. Everybody knows. I guess everybody knows. That's a song I've been singing This old porch is just a big old red and white urban bull standing under a mesquite tree. And I went to Ulster, Texas. He just keeps on playing hide and seek with that hot August sun. He's sweating in a pan, there's work it's never done. Oh no, he's got them cows and that red top cane. This old porch is just a steaming grease and plain enchiladas with lots of cheese and onions. Guacamole and salad, you can get them at the La Salle Hotel in old downtown with iced tea and a waitress who'll smile every time. Yes, she will. I left a quarter tip on my $10 bill. This old porch is a palace walking on the Main Street, Texas. It ain't never seen or heard the day. A GNR Nexus, that 6-2 poster, it's almost faded down, and it's screened without a picture since John came to town. Oh, here we go. Rich brother to the early guitar. This is just about the nicest weather anybody could have for a festival. I mean, I've played a lot of festivals over the year, but this is just, you know, like even the sun is sort of shaded there. It's not even in your eyes. The air is nice and cool. Marty over here on the steel was telling me about a festival that he played at Phoenix a few years back. On the steps of the Capitol, it was 117 degrees. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon with the sun shining in your face. I think I'd have to call the musicians union on that one. There's a problem with this. I don't do this. I don't play in hell. Thank you very much. This is a song I wrote with my friend Lyle Lovett, whom I saw recently in San Antonio about 3 weeks ago, before we went out on this little tour. And while he was in San Antonio, he was playing. You may or may not know this, but he got his leg crushed by a bull about 4 months ago. So he crutches out there on the stage and sits down in a chair and plays 2.5 hours or something like that. It was amazing. So I go down there to see him, and he calls me up and asks me if I'll come and sing this song with him. So I go up there, and I knew all about his leg and everything, but I hadn't seen him since it had happened. And I got up there and looking at his crutches, thinking about singing this song, getting ready to sing my part of this song and all. And I looked down and I saw his leg, and I went, oh my God, I almost passed out, man. It was bizarre. It was like it had this cage around it, like a minute trap. I don't know if you've ever seen a minute trap, but they're big old kind of a cylindrical piece of wire. And anyway, this thing was around his leg with wires sticking out everywhere. And I went, my God, how many stations do you get with that thing? So after that, I go back. He plays another hour or so and comes back. People are clapping for him to do an encore and everything. And he says, what should I do? I said, I'd take a handful of Vicodin and lay down for a while, is what I do. He said, no, I mean for an encore. I said, you're crazy. Then he crutched back out there and played another 30 minutes or something. Much bigger man than I am. This song is also about the kind of music that we play up here. I'll imagine some of you might have talked one or two of your friends into coming down and saying, you know, we got to see this guy. And your friend said, well, what kind of music does he play? And you said, well, you know, it's kind of like country music, but it's not really country music because he doesn't sing all that well and everything. it's not really bluegrass music because I'm not sure what bluegrass music is anymore anyway. It's not folk music because you never want to be caught in the folk category because people might blacklist you from another McCarthyism sort of era that we might be going through and we not know it, you know, so you don't want to be in the folk category. Anyway, I've wrestled with this problem as you may have when you were trying to explain it to your friends. For years I've wrestled with this problem, and the other day I was laying in my bed in my motel room just looking out the window daydreaming, thinking, what kind of music is this that I'm playing? And it came to me, right there in my motel room, looking out the window. It was a revelation, an epiphany, a beacon in the night. Best Western music, that's right. Best Western music. If you stay till 6:30 in the morning, you get a free continental breakfast. And what better music to play in Kit Carson Park, right? Best Western. This old folks is just a weather gray-haired 70 years in Texas. He's doing all he can not to give in to the city. And he always takes a real late, so long as I run his cattle. He picks me up at dinner time. I listen to him rattle. He says the Brazos still runs money like she's run all along. There ain't never been no cane to grind. The cotton's all but gone. This Chevrolet pickup truck, she sunk back in 60. Never won't nobody listen to him, cause they all think he's crazy. So for just a long time waiting and forgetting, remembering the coming back. I crying about the leaving and remembering the falling down and the laughter of the curse of love from all those passers by. They said we'd never get back. This old boat's just a big old red wine, urban bull standing under a mesquite tree. I didn't know what to say. So blame night to see with that hot August sun. He's sweating and a pan, cause his wife is never done. I've known a whole lot of old bulls in my life, and their work is never done.
The music of Robert Earl Keen, captured live in 2002 at the Taos Solar Music Festival, held in Kit Carson Park in the heart of Taos, New Mexico. I'm your host, John Strader, and you're listening to our Texas Legends special on this edition of Southwest Stages. Next up, we'll head to the 2005 Thirsty Ear Festival in Santa Fe, New Mexico, for music from our last Texas legend, James McMurtry. In the early 1980s, McMurtry began his songwriting career in Tucson, Arizona, but he soon found himself back in Texas working in San Antonio. Then in 1987, he won an award in the New Folk category at the Kerrville Folk Festival. After that, McMurtry's father, novelist and screenwriter Larry McMurtry, passed on his son's demo to John Cougar Mellencamp. Mellencamp liked the demo so much that he went on to produce McMurtry's debut album in 1989, Too Long the Wasteland. Since then, he's gained national attention, but in Texas his sound is legendary. So here he is, captured live at the 2005 Thirsty Ear Festival, James McMurtry and the Heartless Bastards.
Last time I saw you, could have been Christmas Eve, could have been someone's birthday, could have been make-believe. For all I know, could have been make-believe. Last time I saw you, you had the room upstairs. I never knew for certain what went on up there. No, I never did know what went on up there. Of course, she had that boyfriend with a Chevrolet. He never met Will Rogers, I'd be willing to say. It's safe to say he never met Will Rogers. I guess it must have been 1,000 years since I changed my number. Does it mean a thing when the phone don't ring and I don't call back? Can't help but wonder sometimes. I never got to know you like I wanted to. You never seemed to notice how I looked at you. For all I know, you never even noticed. Now the crowd's all scattered to here and yon. Everybody graduated or they just moved on. For all I know, they just moved on. And I guess it must have been 1,000 years since I lost your number. Gonna rest my soul by this fishing hole. Gonna watch that pole till my float goes under. Last time I saw you, could have been Christmas Eve, could have been someone's birthday, could have been make-believe. For all I know, could have been make-believe. For all I know, could have been make-believe. We'd like to thank you for coming out. If you find yourselves in Austin, Texas anytime soon, we're at the Continental Club most Wednesday nights at midnight. And if you can check my website and follow anywhere I'm going. In fact, you could easier to just go to Pollstar.com, Pollstar.com. You can get anybody's tour dates off of that if you're interested. Hear the trucks on the highway and the ticking of the clocks. There's a ghost of a moon in the afternoon. Bullet holes in the mailbox. Bullet holes in the mailbox. Keyholes in my mind. Too long in the wasteland. Too long in the wasteland and falling behind. She said, won't you come see me when the sun goes down? It'll be just like the old days when I used to let you hang around. Well, I don't know, I might not speak the language anymore. Too long in the wasteland, too long in the wasteland to close the door. People in the village watch the children play. At the sight of a stranger, they call the kids away. Just leave that man alone, I hear the mother say. Too long in the wasteland, too long in the wasteland's what made him that way. Well, I hadn't intended to bend the rules, but whiskey don't make liars, it just makes fools. Well, I didn't mean to say it, but I meant what I said. Too long in the wasteland, too long in the wasteland must have gone to my head.
The music of James McMurtry and the Heartless Bastards, captured live at the 2005 Thirsty Ear Festival in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Jet trail in the sunset, a long way away. Cutting across the horizon at the edge of the day. Calls out to me, come fly away. But I've been too long in the wasteland, too long in the wasteland, I believe I'll have to stay.
You've been listening to our Texas Legends special on this edition of Southwest Stages.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank all of our Texas legends for allowing Southwest Stages to record their performances for this broadcast. I'd also like to thank some of the people who made this show possible. Thanks to Mike Coster and the Thirsty Ear Festival, Southwest Roots Music, Thomas Wingate and the staff at the Eves Movie Ranch, Melissa at Rosetta Management, Dan Sherman, Don Richardson and the Taos Solar Music Festival, Ray Darnell, Marianne Torres and the staff and crew at the Rio Grande Zoo, Miguel Castillo, Orion and Santa Fe Audio Visual, Vox Hall of Pro Sound and Lights, the staff and crew at the Lensic Performing Arts Center, and KUNM. I'd like to take this time to thank our volunteer staff and crew. Thanks to Engineer and Technical Director Chip Borton, Engineer and Operations Manager Nola Daves Moses, Engineer Axel Corral, Production and Multimedia provided by Jim Flynn. Special thanks to Daphne Strader and Gail Harvey for all of their help and support. Southwest Stages program schedule, member stations, broadcast times, services, and other information is available at southweststages.org. I'm John Strader, the producer and host of Southwest Stages. Thank you so much for listening. Tune in next week as we hit the road in search of more great live music from around the Southwest, right here on Southwest Stages.
Southwest Stages Incorporated is a nonprofit media organization which strives to advance and promote the art of live music and to celebrate cultures and unite communities across the Southwest through the recording and broadcast of community musical events. Learn how you can support Southwest Stages online at southweststages.org.
Next time on Southwest Stages, we'll travel to the 2006 Telluride Jazz Celebration in Telluride, Colorado, for an evening of jazz with violinist Regina Carter. So tune in for an evening of smooth jazz with the Regina Carter Group on the next edition of Southwest Stages.